In a snug little house, tucked away from the world, there lived a small kitten named Kiki. As the sun dipped below the horizon and the sky turned from orange to purple, Kiki knew it was time to get ready for bed. "Good night, house," whispered Kiki, gazing around her warm and cozy home. The soft glow from the fireplace danced on the walls, creating flickering shadows that seemed to come alive. "Good night, toys," she continued, nodding to her collection of stuffed animals and dolls that lined her shelves. They smiled back at her, their soft eyes filled with love and comfort. Kiki then turned her attention to the window, where the first stars of the night were beginning to twinkle. "Good night, sky," she whispered, admiring the vast canvas of colors that painted the heavens. As the world outside began to settle down for the night, Kiki started her bedtime routine. She brushed her soft fur, put on her favorite pajamas, and hopped into her cozy bed. As she snuggled beneath the covers, she listened to the gentle sounds of the night, feeling a sense of peace wash over her. "Good night, wind," she murmured, hearing the soft rustle of leaves outside her window. The cool breeze seemed to sing a lullaby, soothing her as she closed her eyes. "Good night, crickets," she whispered, the sound of their chirping creating a gentle melody that filled the air. Kiki then listened to the distant hooting of an owl, its wise eyes watching over the nighttime creatures. "Good night, owl," she said softly, feeling safe and protected under its watchful gaze. As Kiki continued to say goodnight to the world around her, she noticed her family members preparing for bed as well. Her mother, father, and little brother were all tucked in, their eyes growing heavy as they drifted off to sleep. "Good night, family," Kiki whispered, her heart swelling with love. Finally, Kiki's mother entered her room, holding a book filled with magical stories and enchanting illustrations. They read together, their voices blending into a soothing symphony that carried Kiki closer to the world of dreams. "Good night, story," Kiki said as they finished, her imagination already spinning new tales of adventure and wonder. Her mother tucked her in and kissed her forehead gently. "Good night, my precious Kiki," she whispered, her love wrapping around the little kitten like a warm embrace. "Good night, Mommy," Kiki replied, her eyes growing heavier as sleep began to take hold. As Kiki slept, her dreams carried her to a land of fluffy marshmallow clouds and rainbow-colored raindrops. "Good night, Dreamland," she whispered as she floated on a cotton candy boat down a river of sparkling lemonade. She then journeyed to an enchanted forest where animals of all shapes and sizes lived in harmony. There, she met a family of friendly raccoons who invited her to join their nightly feast of berries and nuts. "Good night, enchanted forest," Kiki said, hugging her new friends before continuing on her dreamy adventure. In her next dream, Kiki found herself in a magical underwater kingdom where she swam with the most beautiful and brightly colored fish. She twirled and spun in the crystal clear water, surrounded by a chorus of singing seahorses. "Good night, underwater kingdom," she called out as they waved goodbye with their delicate tails. Throughout the night, Kiki continued to visit enchanting realms and make fascinating friends. She found herself in a wondrous garden filled with enormous, glowing flowers. She wandered through the garden, marveling at the colors and scents that surrounded her. She met a wise old butterfly who shared stories of its many travels and taught her the secret language of the flowers. "Good night, magical garden," Kiki whispered as she said farewell to her new friend. She soared high above the earth on the back of a majestic, silver-winged Pegasus. They glided among the clouds, the wind rushing through Kiki's fur as the world below seemed to stretch out endlessly. "Good night, Pegasus," she cried as they returned to the ground. As the first light of dawn began to appear, the world outside Kiki's window started to awaken. The sun's golden rays peeked over the horizon, and the flowers opened their petals to greet the new day. Birds in the trees sang their cheerful morning songs, announcing the start of a fresh day. Kiki slowly opened her eyes, still feeling the warmth of her dreams surrounding her. "Good night, dreams," she whispered, smiling at the memories of her nighttime journey. She looked around her room, now bathed in the gentle glow of morning light. Her stuffed animals welcomed her back with warm, loving eyes, eager to share in the new day's adventures. "Room," she said, stretching her small body as she sat up in bed. "Good morning, toys," she greeted her beloved companions, who seemed ready to join her for another day of fun and exploration. Kiki turned to her window and saw the sun climbing higher into the sky, its light bringing life to the world outside. "Good morning, sun," she said, feeling a sense of joy and anticipation for the day ahead. As Kiki got out of bed and began her morning routine, she knew that each day brought endless possibilities and new discoveries. And when night fell once again, and the stars and moon returned to watch over the world, she would be ready to say goodnight and embark on another magical journey through her dreams. And that, dear child, is the end of our tale. Good night, little one. May you have sweet dreams and wake up to a beautiful new day.